Hello, everyone. This is Eric here with Draw and Get a Beer. You can see the info on your screen right now. So, social media and drawandgetabeer.com or drawandgetabeer.wordpress.com. Either one works. Anyway, so today we're going to be recording a legacy video. So, legacy is my favorite format, and Rug Delver is my favorite deck. I understand it's the worst Delver deck right now, but you know what? Sometimes these queues can take a while, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and join the queue while we talk about the deck. So the basic goal of this deck is to apply pressure and back it up with light disruption. At the end of the day, you want your hand to be empty and your opponent to be stuck with like 5 to 6 cards in their hand. So we're trying out a Tarfire and a Seal of Fire this time around, which I usually don't play, but it can help grow Goyf. So anyway, we already have our match, so let's go ahead and jump on in. Get that out of the way. We're playing against Deck Wizard. So like this is a perfect hand. We've got a Delver, a Force, a Daze, and a Spell Pierce and a Mongoose. Like, this hand's great. Unfortunately, we lost the die roll, but that's okay. We even have a Wasteland, just fantastic. So I feel a lot better about this hand on the play, but you know what? We're just gonna... This can't be good. It feels like I should force this. And I will. We're going to use the Spell Pierce because I'm going to want the Daze available for next turn. So this is likely Black-Red Reanimator. If it's Storm, that force was probably bad. Okay, good. We found another fetch. That's great. So we're just going to be rolling out a Delver here because even if you're playing against an all-in combo deck, you need to apply pressure. That's the whole point. Okay, so it is Black-Red Reanimator. Entomb, sure. Hopefully I get to daze the Reanimate. I should have gotten a Trop there. That was really silly to get Volcanic. I was doing that to hide information, because Grixis Delver would never ever fetch up a Trop, like, on purpose, so... So we get the Daze to Reanimate, which is nice. The next queue will be whether we want to roll out the Mongoose or waste his Badlands. I think I'm more likely to waste his Badlands, because the deck runs a little Landlight. No, we're not going to reveal a Tarmogoyf, so... That makes things a little more interesting, but I still want to do this. Unfortunately, now our opponent does not have to play around Daze, so there is some consideration of just playing Mongoose there and having it available. Okay. So it looks like he has nothing this turn, which is great for us. Okay, second main he goes for another Entomb. That's fine. He already has something we can't deal with in the bin, so... There's the Gristlebrand. Okay. So we really need this to flip. No, it does not. That's unfortunate, two missed blind flips in a row. Because this deck is literally 50% spells that flip. Oh no, I put the Seal of Fire and that one doesn't. That is a strike against Seal of Fire. He probably needs a second land drop for an Exhume or Animate Dad. Unmask, okay. I'm sure he's targeting me here. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any permission, buddy, just threats. Yeah, that does not surprise me. Takes the Goyf, but the Goose is now closer to being loose, which is all I want to do with my life, so nice. That Ponder is a great reveal. None of these do anything. We basically just want a daze or a spell pierce. So, spell pierce would. Okay, we don't get either of those. We're not that lucky. But this is a good amount of pressure. Lightning bolt next turn ends the game unless he finds his second mana source and can get a fatty into play. Like, this is gonna be close. Nice. He just scoops it up. So taking game one from Black Red Reanimator is just awesome for us. Good thing we didn't really have anything coming up, so... Okay, great. So we want these cages. We want these surgicals. We want this Flusterstorm. I don't bring in Pithing Needle on this matchup. Like, if you have to Pithing Needle like Gristlebrand, you've already lost. So, 7/7 Flying Lifelinker, I would just advise against it. You could maybe bring in a Destructive Rev for the Animate Deads, or if you can try to catch a Lotus Petal, maybe. It really depends on how much we're taking out here. So, I don't like Stifles very much. I'm fine taking out a couple bolts. And probably a Seal of Fire. Then everything else is okay. On the draw, I actually generally don't mind boarding out a Goyf if I find that there's something else I do want to bring in. So I could see boarding out a Goyf for a Destructive Rev. That's a little dicey, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Generally, I probably want to do that, but I just want to see how it works out. This is one of those hands I just don't think you should ship. If our opponent has the nuts, they have the nuts, but like I don't. You don't mulligan a hand with threats, cantrips, and a little bit of permission to try to hit one of your sideboard cards. This isn't like we're not playing against like Charbelcher, in which case I would have to mulligan to a Force of Will on the draw. Reanimator. Yes, they can get you turn one, but it's much less often than something like Belcher. So I'm fine keeping this. Okay, it's just eluding. That's fine. So if he throws a fatty in the bin, we're going to Wasteland. If he doesn't, we're probably just going to play a Delver. Oh, he's got the, creatures control effects proof. Yep, cool. Alright. Do you have the follow-up? Does not. Okay, that's good. So, we do have the days, but I think it's... No. We're playing Delver and using days, because the thing here is Wasteland shuts off days completely, and I should at least have it available, It's so tempting to Wasteland, and I'm going to feel bad if he doesn't have another land, but this is a judgment call. And I think the chance of our days being live is... okay, so he did have another land, so... I just feel like that was probably the right call. I could be wrong. Who is he targeting? Targeting me. Okay, so we're probably dead. I should have dazed that regardless in case it is Exhume. That was my bad, but then he just gets to wait a turn. If it's Reanimate, we're just dead anyway, so... Yeah, that was my bad. Okay. Alright, we're going to scoop. I'm going to see what I would have drawn. Mongoose. Okay, so he could have just waited. But still, that's I should have thought about that, because he's obviously going to take the day, so I may as well use it. As it turns out, Wasteland would have worked okay as well. It would have slowed him down a turn. So yeah, that one's a little bit of a tough call. So on the play, I like having the Goyf back in, and I'll just take out a probe. Hopefully we can get this one. This is a great hand. We get the cage and then ponder or brainstorm, force back up, like Chance for the Annex is pretty rough though. So I think since he has Chance for the Annex revealed, we're just going to pass here so we can still play our Force of Will. If he does nothing, I'll probably just throw a Brainstorm out at the end of his turn. What you got? If this is Dark Root, we just auto Force of Will. Oh, he's got 2 Chancers? That's not good. Cabal Therapy. That's fine. I think. Let me think about this for a second. Do I want to let that resolve? Do I want to Brainstorm to make my Force of Will turn on? Yeah, actually, I think I'll do that. I'll let that get countered to remove those Chancellor triggers. This is one of those situations where a so the good news is he's not going to be able to go this turn. So we should have access to our Force or our Grafdigger's Cage after this therapy resolves. Alright, so the Chancellor triggers are down. Let's see what he names. Force Will, sure. The Force is gone, but we still have our Cage, which is great. So we get to Cage and Ponder next turn. Which should buy us some time. This matchup's always intriguing. There's a nice... Ah, oh, really? He's got the Unmask too? That's bad. There's a nice tension. So there goes Cage. That didn't turn out very well. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown that Brainstorm away, but I think it was... Okay. All right. So it's a little tenuous now. He's on 4 cards. I probably should have let that therapy resolve, because I could do 2 spells the following turn. I didn't get any use out of blowing the Chancellor triggers there, which really stinks. Do I want Force of Will? I think I want to draw Force of Will and then I want to fetch, because I don't want bolts. I'm going to keep this in hand in case we draw Brainstorm. But having Force and Pierce available is nice. I mean, we can only do one or the other, obviously, but okay, so we're going to spell pierce the Entomb. I like keeping the fatties out of the bin. It just makes our top deck so much better later, so... Okay. We're going to fetch in our upkeep because we definitely do not want Bolt. You may be thinking about running out another Entomb here. If so, we're probably dead. So that would be a bummer. No, okay. Alright, so we're looking for a threat or a sideboard card here. And if it comes down the clock, we're at least, almost 3 minutes ahead, so that's good. Is he actually thinking about doing something on my upkeep? Or is he just grabbing a snack? Okay, that's not what we're looking for. I'm kind of regretting not shuffling away that force, but it really pays off if after we shuffle the Bolt away, if we draw a blue card, So that's kind of the downside there. Lotus Petal, sure. That's fine. Like, come on, something. I'm gonna go ahead and play this out because next turn we'll have Hardcast Force Will up, which may just be relevant. Okay. Generally, I like to. Oh wow, that's a good draw. Okay. Surgical Force backup, pretty sweet. All right, we've got action. Gonna loot. That's fine. Chancellor and Grizzlebrand, that's a bummer. Enemy dead targeting what? Grizzlebrand. That's surgical Grizzlebrand. Very important when you're playing Magic Online too. Okay, so he's got another Chancellor and just a Dark Written hand. Okay, that's bad. So we need to make sure we click on this Grizzlebrand to exile it. And then the rest of the deck here. So 1. What else does he have? Alright, nothing spectacular, nothing out of the ordinary here, so 2, so they runs 3 Gristlebrands total. That Gristlebrand is out of the yard. Okay. Great. That's what we're looking for. The nice 6/7 Goyf. With this Starfire, we can make it a 7/8, which is kind of sweet. So we'll probably fire that off at the end of the turn, just so we can make sure we have Force Will up for next turn. He does get to flashback looting. But unless he gets Elish Norn in the bin, I think we're okay, because like our Goyf is just going to be bigger than anything he can muster up. Loots again, okay. Yeah, I discarded the Dark Writ. only has chancellors. That's fine. Before that happens, I'm going to tower fire him. Let's grow our Goif. And we are handily winning this race. He has no cards in hand. He does have looting in the bin. But we will have Force Will up for the rest of the game. So feeling pretty good here. Yep. Okay, he didn't find anything. That's fine. I mean, oh, maybe he did. We haven't gone to second main yet, so who knows. Okay, so he didn't find anything. It's a nice insurance policy. All right, opponent goes to 1. Yeah, let's see what he's got. If he stays back to chump, that's really good for us. He does. Okay. Yep. I'll go ahead and play that land out. I don't think it matters at this point, but that Tarfire. Cabal Therapy. I am actually going to go ahead and force that. Because I have another force in hand. Let's just end this game. All right, cool. So we got there. We are 1-0. Let me bring up the deck list again for you real quick. So here it is. And don't forget to check out Draw and Get a Beer. It's updated, pretty frequently. So hopefully check it out. Enjoy some articles. And we will be back for round 2 after I update our record here. So there we go. 1-0. Beat Black Red Reanimator. So good times. Yeah. See you for round 2.